Oh, hello. Has this actually worked? Scanning for downloadable content. Why is the toilet still flushing? Oh no, the toilet flushing sound effect's still going. Is that meant to still be going, or...? Oh, God. Prince Andrew, save me from the toilet flushing. R.I.P. Simpsons characters. R.I.P. Jesus, Prince Andrew. Oh. Oh, hey man. I was going to fire off my finger, but I don't think that's a good idea. Sorry, I really need to turn this down because I can barely even hear myself think. With this stupid water.
Health low.
I might as well use my health kit. Oh no, a red person. Ain't many of them red men around. The last another one day. Special door key. So special door keys are kind of like surprise things, aren't they? I was going to make a loot box comparison, but admittedly that might not be seen favourably given that Lucky T's not the kind of guy who'd have loot boxes in his game. But it's that sort of vein where you spend an item and then you get like something back, but you don't spend real money, which is nice. Okay, they're building a safe zone. The kids are ugly or something. Who cares about kids really? Oil barrels everywhere. Oh Jesus. Oh no. This is bad.
Health critical.
I've fucked up everything in my entire life. M16. Exit the building through the back door. Okie doke. Just want to see if we've got... Yep, that's okay. Just making sure that the recording's going okay. Right, when I get outside, I'm kind of hoping that there's no more stupid water sounds, because I hate that shit. General, we have cleared the northwest residential block. Many civilians have either died or turned into zombies themselves. I've got a new and very important mission for you. There is a scientist working with... we are working with called Dr. Maria Elizabeth. She worked on the virus before the outbreak began. Also, everything's her fault. She's been since working on an antidote. She has now gone missing. We are worried and unsure if she's dead or hiding and surviving. Her laboratories were attacked by a large group of tourists sent in to kill her by evil scientists she turned against. Oh, by the evil scientists. I need you to go to Sunset Valley Laboratories now and find her if she's alive. We'll need to safely escort her to the nearest security station. We need her. Over and out. Okie doke. Find a way to Main Street. Oh, it's swimming? Oh, right. Oh dear, okay. Check out this swimming. Just thrashing around. I think I saw zombos around here. Or not. Can I drive this? Reach the park. I guess not. I guess it just shut the door on me like, fuck you bitch, walk. Prince Andrew. Come on. I hear dogs. Oh boy. The dogs are faster, but... I can outrun the zombies, but I'd rather kill them off. Because A, that's going to make the world a bit safer. B, I'm a violent psychopath. And C, most importantly, you get XP. So, you know. Main objective. I can hear the water, but it makes sense now because the water is like coming from the sky, and I'm pretty sure it's a different sound, so that's good. Look. Main objective is over there. There might be supplies in these buildings. I can't help but kind of appreciate, maybe it's because I've got like Stockholm syndrome for playing these games so much, but I kind of appreciate just how much effort goes into these games, and how much like, how the actual game design admittedly has some rather like interesting and clever like things for it. For something so low budget, it feels like someone's tried to make a AAA game but with like less than 10% of the resources, which I can't help but find admirable, even if it's ridiculously ambitious, because like, it's not like someone fired up Game Guru to make this. Somebody's clearly made a lot of these assets, if not all of them. Lucky T, and he's also like looked at how games actually work and been like, okay, I need this in my game and I need it to work exactly this way. And he's got it to work in a way that actually resembles what he wants it to be, but the only problem is that he's not got the resources to make it work that way. So it works, but somehow it's still wrong. But I still really appreciate that, because this isn't the kind of game you can make half-assed. This is the kind of thing that you make when you're trying really hard, but you've got like so much. It's very ambitious, and I don't mean that in the oh they tried but it's bad way either. I mean in the more they tried but honestly how much can you do? The scale of what they tried to make with Super Incursion was just way too big for what they had. And I kind of admire that, but I also think, well, why would you start that big? Whereas with this game, I feel like it's a bit better, because it feels like a game suitable for the kind of budget you're looking at. It's just a basic, run here, kill enemies, run to the next place. It's nowhere near as ambitious, but I don't think that's remotely a bad thing. I think that's a smart thing to do. Because like, this is a much more enjoyable game, because Super Incursion just had way too much tutorialization, it had way too much, it had a bunch of stuff that just came across as a bit pretentious in its design, whereas I feel like this really has done away with a lot of that, and it feels a lot more like a game. How weird as that sounds. It's also not as much of a chore to get through. Like, it genuinely has a decent, like, thing with the zombies and whatnot. My only thing though now is that I'm pretty sure Lucky T is going to start making another game. I'm pretty sure he's halfway through another game. I'd personally patch this and make it, like, fix some of the problems, or a lot of them, and then you could probably make this one game look really decent. and maybe fix a few things and redesign a few things so that instead of what feels like backhanded compliments, I can actually say, yes, this game is a real improvement. He has definitely changed his game. He's really stepped up to the plate with this one. This one's fucking amazing. Because right now I'm saying it's great in comparison to the other two, but if this was the first one I played, I probably might not have had the same reaction. In fact, no, I definitely wouldn't. I have to admit, when it comes to putting it on Steam, I actually think his games being on Steam it's not that bad of a thing to me, because these are actual games that somebody made, and as flawed as they can be in some places, I can't help but feel like there's clearly development in here, there's clearly effort in here, so I wouldn't call it a fake game, or one of the games that's like so bad, like Air Control, that I just would not allow it on my storefront. But maybe that's just me. I know some people have like much stricter things when it comes to these games. I actually got Super Incursion for free because I bought it on itch.io, and I think he's migrated to Steam and just gave all the itch.io players Steam keys, which is actually very good of him. I would say that ideally he would update the itch.io game along with the Steam game, but there might be some difficulty in that because of his situation, because of where he lives. His upload speed is dire. And because his original game was a battle royale, and it was just basically impossible. Like to have achieved that. Whereas this one is more shit, I lost my train of thought. Fuck. It's kind of bad now, I have to do this shit post-midnight, and admittedly, as much as that is doable for me, it is a bit of a pain in the arse, and I'm trying to, like, think, because of how late in the night it is. Like the one I did yesterday, I think that was like, I finished doing it at like 4 AM or something. Not ideal, You see, one thing as well with being a Steam dev is when it comes to pricing, making a game free makes it seem like you're trying to give it away because it's bad. But admittedly, if you sell it for an expensive amount of money or anything like that, there's always a reason why that's bad. Like selling, if you sold this for 40 quid and said, oh, it's like a AAA game, therefore I'll sell it for a AAA price, they'd say, oh wow, look, this is not a £40 game, but if you give it away for free, it's on the level of Everlab Studios and those kind of games. So for under a fiver, that's the kind of thing you get, whereas I think this is better than those, personally, because this isn't made in fucking Game Guru for a start. But I also think that somebody gave a shit what's making this, which also makes it better. Is Prince Andrew over there? Yeah, Prince Andrew's got stuck, the idiot. I don't know where he is. I don't give that much of a shit. Don't even like Prince Andrew. He's my least favourite royal, so he can stay back there. I don't know who my favourite royal would be. I would have said Prince Philip, maybe. Just because he just says the most bizarre things that sort of make me laugh and how awful they are. But also because he does actually have a kind of interesting backstory. Like, I'm not the kind of person who finds shock humour funny typically, but I am... When it comes to Prince Philip, I do just find it kind of funny that he just does not give a shit and will just say more or less anything. Regardless of how politically incorrect it is or whatever, he just says it and it's kind of funny. Especially given his position as the husband of... He's like the first lady, basically. And he's like... It's kind of funny that he has that sort of just complete laissez-faire thing when it comes to his reputation. Oh, that's locked. Oh, that's just where I've been. Okay. Verde Diamante. Wait, no it's not. Sorry, this is a bit disorienting, this. Poor Prince Andrew, he's not going to be able to sweat now for the next 3 years. After being attacked by zombies. Is that an actual thing, not being able to sweat because of... Like, what do you do? Do you just sort of pant like a dog, or... I kind of always wondered that, but... I'm no doctor, so I don't know. Exit the tram station. Oh wow, so I'm on chapter 6 or 7. There's a pretty simple story to this. I kind of appreciate it. It's not too complicated or too weird or too stupid. It's like... I do appreciate a simpler story nowadays, because I feel like in gaming you get auteurs who are just like, oh, I'm gonna make this super complex, brilliant thing. The fuck? I'm getting shot at by zombies? Who's shooting at me? Oh, it's Calsuit now, again. Do you want more fucking off? Leave the tourists. Oh, Prince Andrew, try not to die. And there's none of that bleeding mechanic thing either, which I appreciate. Because I didn't especially like that. I know I don't really like things that attempt to make a game more complex, because it just... But no, to be fair, like, it's not the kind of thing that I feel helps a game, it just adds more problems. Sub-Zero!
Health low.
Oh Jesus.
Health
Shooting
critical.
at me. Stop. I'm a wounded man. I'm not a wounded man anymore, I'm gonna go back in there and fuck shit up. Shooting at me, and why? Can you stop doing this? It's rude. Talk about fearing my living, Jesus Christ. I have to admit, there was one mechanic in The Last of Us that I really liked, and it's only in the DLC in 1, and like it appears once or twice in 2, and it's the one where basically enemies and zombies spawn in the same space, and you have to sort of use the zombies as weapons, sort of, so that's the enemies are like walking around and sneaking around, you throw like a bottle behind them, and you're like, oh shit, and then the zombies chase them, and they have to fight the zombies off, and they don't always win, so then you killed an enemy, or sometimes they are so distracted by the zombies you can get a pot shot in or something. Like, I really appreciate that shit. That's like really fun. A whole game based around that would be kind of appreciated by me, and find that really fun. Like a puzzle game or something, like Hitman Go, which I think is actually quite a fun, underrated puzzle game. I mean, it's free, so that helped me enjoy it, but... Oh, look at that, you've got latex gloves in a tube. Perfect for fingering. R.I.P. Callahan. R.I.P. Personally, I think you could probably make a bunch of characters all look the same in like soldier uniforms, like Prince Andrew had with the helmet on. And nobody would find that weird, because the fact that, you know, they all have the same helmet on because they're all in the same army. But these boys seem to all have the same helmet on, like they're clones. They all seem to have the same face, like they're clones. I kinda like these chunky fat ladies in the army. We only want chunky fat blonde girls in the army. We don't want no skinny bitches. Skinny bitches, get out. We don't want no skinny bitches. Oh, more medkits. Hey yo, 420 ammo, boys. Ugh, I never find 420 jokes funny, but you gotta make them because somebody finds me funny, and then you can get something for funny. Oh, 420 boys, don't weed. 42069.
No.
The same numbers because that's all I'm reduced to. You know, one thing that I kind of like at this point in like doing YouTube for this long and knowing so many people on the platform is there are certain people, right, who I swear will watch my content to see if I'm talking about them. Like Andy Velasco, Ronnie Vane, Cranium, Lance, who else can I think of? There's like a long list of people, and every now and then they just turn up in my comment section just talking about unrelated shit. And I'm pretty sure that now one of them is going to turn up and be like, yo, you mentioned me in your video, don't talk about me in your video, and I'm just going to laugh my ass off because they're that predictable. Or maybe they're going to think they're smart now by not doing that, but in all honesty they can't win because they're them and I'm me, so but I do find that shit pretty funny. I'm surprised I've never had a dev altercation, because I've not been shy about talking shit about some projects that, to tell the truth, like, I mean, Lucky T and Brianna Wu are the most I've spoken to a dev, but I've had a few games on my list which are quite infamous for pick up this key and return to the main purpose room and unlock the door to the glove box study room. Okay. Who are quite like willing to false flag and willing to do spurious bullshit in order to hide criticism of their games. And I'm glad so far 100% of devs who I've actually interacted with have been really cool. Like, I haven't had a single shitty dev turn up and be like, yo, you're a fucking asshole, you're talking shit about my game. Whether it's deserved or not, that, I do think it's like one thing to always try to remember, that you can save any of those kind of situations, especially with me. You know, if you take away what I say and make your game better, I can't ask for much more than that. I was kind of surprised at how, like, Brianna Wu actually got back to me. That was kind of a nice experience to put under my belt. Just be like, actually reaching out to a dev for once, because I'm not, normally I get ignored, so I'm kind of, her and Lucky T have been quite willing to talk, and it's been quite nice. And they've always been, like, pleasant about it as well. And I always appreciate that. I know sometimes I talk about the games like it's, like I have a problem, but to tell the truth, it's never been personal, and if these stories ended with like I don't know what you call it, like a redemption arc in some cases, where the game started off kind of poor but ended up being really good at the end, I'd really be happy with that. That's not always necessarily the case. Sometimes you just make a video and then someone flips the fuck out. I've only had one false flag as well, and that was, well, that I know of. I'm pretty sure someone attempted some bullshit last year because one of my videos randomly had its thumbnail removed, but that could just be YouTube being dumb. But it wouldn't surprise me because I have pissed off a few false flaggers over the years. But Lance is the only person who's ever false flagged me for literally nothing of substance. He basically pulled down one of my videos for privacy violation. Except the videos that because the videos that I used as backdrop were all videos of him. But he has no leg to stand on because all of these videos that I used were videos of him uploaded to a public platform on his own channel. A lot of the videos were still up on his channel at that point in time. And he insisted that no, I'd violated his privacy by doing this, and I'm like, and then he even admitted when confronted, no, I just false flagged you because I didn't like what you were saying. And I honestly have no respect for dickheads that do that. Never can find myself respecting people who do that. Sir, Dr. Elizabeth was indeed attacked in the lab. She managed to flee to a nearby residence. We will have to visit after this. Me and privately Colin, he's not even a prince anymore, I managed to clear the labs. Most of the hostile. I know of most, but I'm a dick. Yes, Sergeant McAuliffe. Go on and clear the rest of the complex, my son, and make your way to the doctor's location and update me there. Oh, we're gonna find Doctor Who. Oh, we're gonna go to the lunchroom. We kept on dark about this whole picture of the project, and the zombies were heard and law enforcement units were being deployed. Oops. You are already carrying a special key, dickhead. Well, when you put it like that. Main objective. I'm guessing it's back this way and out the other way. I hope I'm not wrong, or I'll look a right div. Oh yeah, Cranium false flagged me because I used his face for 2 seconds when I brought him up in the Stephen Gandy video. And then he was like, thank you for removing my face. I'm like, fuck off, bitch. Like, seriously. He puts people's entire doxes, but then cries when you use his face for like a second. Cranium's got a history of doxing people on YouTube channels, but then has the clitting nerve to cry about privacy violation. Seriously. Fuck off. He's crying right now, he's like, Gage is a horrible person. Despite the fact that the first time I met Cranium, I remember he was in the comment section of a friend of mine, just basically harassing her, presumably because she's a woman. Because honestly, he's that kind of piece of shit. And
critical.
then he proceeded to start being a cock to some other people as well, who were, I consider, friends, and I just basically just sort of watched because I didn't want to make the situation worse. But the guy is a piece of shit, and he always takes the moral high ground about how, like, he keeps, on his channel, he's trying to be like Stetson because he has no brain of his own, so he has to imitate one of the most pathetic people I've ever met, in order to look like he's something, but he's just not anything. It's actually both sad and pathetic. Hey, it's Tony Hawk weather. It's raining indoors. Pick up both the keys on top of the two tables and proceed to the huge gate near the entrance. I think it says, I wouldn't guess that. Sunset Valley Laboratories, which you pass into entering the labs. The waypoint will guide you there. That's where you need to go. Cool. There was a vehicle section in this game, but admittedly I feel like the vehicle section was quite barren, but it was also quite like, it was just a one-time thing with the vehicle section, and I feel like it probably would have been more interesting if there was a proper vehicle section, or even if you could use vehicles at multiple places in the game, but unfortunately that is just that one time that you use it. I have to admit, this environment looks a hell of a lot better than the other games did. He's really improved on that. Like, the originals did not even look like a thing that could exist, whereas this actually, I know that texture-wise it's a bit dodgy and like there are a few other things, but to tell the truth, no, this actually looks like something. This actually looks like a real street. Well, obviously not a it's not photorealistic. But no, I can tell this is a street, I can tell that these are all buildings and what kind of buildings they are. And everything actually looks the part. Like, this is actually really surreal to me. I really appreciate how much it's improved. I love it. Nobody else is going to understand the emotions I feel right now, except maybe people who follow the content, all two of them. Pretty sure they skim as well. Don't blame them. Hello.
Critical.
Oh, Jesus. Just get inside the objective area, fuck everything else. Yo, Prince Andrew, come on. I accidentally blew myself up whilst on low health because I'm that kind of clever. Oh god. Alright, Prince Andrew, cover me. I wonder, like, how that works in universe, if your grenades regenerate. Like, I understood in Mass Effect that there was like a laser that sort of generated and like inside your gun, and then you sort of had like someone's shooting at me. How rude. Hey Prince Andrew, you got a medkit? I guess not. Why am I a midget now? Oh, maybe there's like a medkit in here? I don't rightly know, but I think I'm pretty fucked, so what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna push this door open and then I'm just gonna oh, I've opened my Radeon settings, hold on a second. Okay. What? Why? Oh, I know why really, it's because I'm a fucking idiot. Oh. It says money insufficient money, but like, it says that regardless of what the shit. I was wondering how I had so many pesos but never enough to buy stuff. Like, what? I just bought a load of medkits and there's one in here. Shit. Oh. I would like manual saving in this game, especially given how it's not exactly the most stable of games. I think it probably would be for the best in everyone's interest that I could just save whenever I want. And I know that there are some people who spam save, but admittedly, like, I don't see a problem with people doing that. Because if you think, oh, that takes the challenge away, well, you know what, maybe people just don't want the challenge. And if they do lose the challenge, well, who are they hurting really besides themselves? Oh, I'm not as far back as I thought I was, actually. No, I'm further back than I thought I was. Shit. I'm not wasting time killing these people.
Health critical.
Okay, I'm a fucking idiot then. It's not often I admit to being a fucking idiot, but that is when I'm going to admit it, because that is really dumb of me. Oh, I've got to fight through that entire facility again to look for a character again who we know is not there again to go back to do the fucking... Personally, I think there should be a checkpoint after Elizabeth. Like when you find Elizabeth and you leave, that's where the checkpoint should be. Because I do think it's kind of bullshit that that dying there sends you all the way back here. You've got to run all the way across the map. Then you've got to find... a load of, like, pesos and weapons and items and shit, so that you can do a mission which you then just go back and... I mean, maybe that's just me, but... I'm not exactly playing this at my best now because I'm just sort of trying to rush through it to get back where I was, because I've lost quite a fair bit of progress. Okay.
Health low. Health critical.
This game's kind of going on my tits, so I think I'm going to wrap it up there. See if I can finish it tomorrow, because I think I just need to get away from it for a bit, so I'm not doing the same shit over and over again. So, yeah, toodles.
Welche Kiriche Bab